I mean, you had to know this was coming. Hi! I, like everybody else, am stoked about Black Panther. So I'm gonna draw him. How have y'all been? Good, I hope. I've been okay. I actually had a very, very stressful week. We're talking like meltdown. But you know, adulting sucks sometimes. But that's nothing a little Black Panther drawing can't fix. I don't feel like changing clothes into paint-friendly garb, so I'm gonna use markers today. I hope this works out. I hope I don't ruin this due to sheer laziness. Pardon the noise. Okay, so you know the drill. Light to dark is that a good color to start with? Maybe. Ooh, that might be the right one. Hold on. Ah, it's too dark. Too dark for right now. Later though. Started this drawing way too late in the day, and I rely on natural light. But my hair is not gonna wash itself. It is moisturized for the gods, but Jesus, the rounds we have to go through to get this crap in check. One day when I'm not poor, I'll be able to get my drafting table blue. Is that blue? Blue. Are y'all excited? I know you are. Don't act like you're not. I've been looking at memes and GIFs and videos and Black people gonna be showing up to the premiere of Black Panther like type of stuff, and it all has me rolling. And it's also accurate. I mean, I may or may not come showing up looking like Queen Nefertiti. Why am I acting like I'm left-handed? Hold on. But you saw that, right? That was skill. I'm ambidextrous in this bench. Oh, is the sun trying to come back? Yes! Yes, sun! Okay, I see you. I don't like this end. Oh, okay. Oh yes, I love this end better. Upside down triangles. His suit has so much detail. Y'all, school is wearing me out. I can't wait till I'm done with it and I have more time to do this kind of stuff. Like, not take this kind of time for granted. I mean, when Fridays and weekends come, I'm trying to think of the next thing I want to work on as far as YouTube goes. As if I don't have anything to study.
Green swatch. No, I want a darker blue.
Okay, so at this particular moment, there isn't much to talk about, at least not much on my mind, so speed it up. You know that feeling when you're putting on makeup and you didn't add enough transition color? It's the feeling I got right now. I need an in-between blue. Let's see if this is blended out. I didn't do much for it at all. Huh, okay. It's gonna take so long. Oh, it's gonna take so long. So the power went out and shut my iMac off, and now it won't come back on. And wrong gray. And I find that highly irritating. I hope I don't have to take this to Apple. I'm so irritated by that. Look at all this fiber and shit that I'm having to draw. No wonder he's bulletproof. Goodness. This has gotta be hot. You know, you guys, I'm already working on what I'm gonna do for Inktober this year. I'm obviously not gonna tell you what it is yet, but I think it's a pretty cool theme. You know how they assign or suggest themes? And that's cute and everything, but I like what I'm coming up with. And it may give you a kind of a further look into my world. I'm gonna share a little bit about it with you during that month. I don't know if there's anything that interesting. It'll just be a little bit more in depth. You can get to know me. I love these things. Like, I love these friggin' markers. They remain my favorite art supply. Art. Pencils. Haha! Computer's working again. We're back in the saddle. Does anyone even say that anymore? I say it. Or I just said it. I don't say that very often. I don't know how we got that corny that quickly. Y'all, I was highly upset for a second. Y'all don't understand. When that computer shuts off because of a power cut, I don't know if it's going to come back on. Last time it didn't, and I had to take it all the way to Apple, which is located in a mall where I live. So I was lugging this big iMac through the mall. Then when I got to Apple, I had to wait 1,000 years to be seen, even though I had an appointment. Ooh, you know, we're digressing. We're not going to talk about that right now. It's giving me anxiety just talking about it. Okay, we're going to make this a little bit more grayish. Okay. I have to be so careful with the use of shade and light on here. I'm not trying to sound like a Kat Von D palette, but that was the correct term to use in this circumstance. I'm trying to make this look as 3D and precise as possible. Like, I want you to see every bit, every detail of his uniform. Super suit. Super suit. I literally feel like there's like a million little bitty chains and jewels in this outfit. This thing is sickening. I can't wait till I add the metallic finish to it. I hope it comes off the way I want it. This actually is not really a recommended method as far as filling in an area with black. It's probably best to use some other type of ink or paint, because after a while, my understanding is that Sharpie markers start fading or something. It doesn't have the same finish after a while. Or they look streaky or whatever, but for the purposes of serving, I don't mind. Yo. I started tearing up this food and forgot to draw, like forgot to continue drawing. My apologies. Okay, that's all I can give you for right now. We'll meet back up here, same place, in a little while. Goodbye for right now. Okay, we're back. I have wine now. I feel like it looks a little better in the dark. The picture, that is. I guess that could be applied to a lot of things in life. Y'all, these markers smell so good. I mean, by a normal person's standards, they don't smell good, but to me they do. I've always loved the smell of markers. And don't you dare judge me. Okay. See you in the morning. When I'm editing this, I'm gonna hate myself for stopping so much between every mark I make, but I'm trying to get the shading correct. And that's the way it looks comic-y and semi-realistic. There's a certain way I edit where I don't like there to be a lot of me just sitting there. Like, I don't want there to be any lag time whenever I did the time-lapse portion. So the parts where I'm stopping or looking back at the reference, I had to cut all those portions out. So it makes it just a little bit more tedious. Sometimes shading just really just brings it all together. I mean, I was liking how I was looking before, but this only makes it even better.
At hand is how do I love thee? I count the ways where girls don't shove me. One by one you can come and caress me, undress and molest me, but you can't possess me. Because I love a young lady that's beautiful, but one that's smart for me is more suitable.
When did I start this? We're going on like week million. Like, this is taking so much longer than I expected. When did I start this? Let me look at this. What date did I post the draft of this? Okay, so it was July 30th when I made the initial sketch of this piece. So much has happened since then. Like, I was painting it and then my computer went out on me. I had to get that repaired. That took about a week and a half. So I have that back. Now, just as we paint, or as I paint, we are experiencing the residuals of Hurricane Harvey, which touched down last night at about 7 p.m. in Corpus as a Category 4, and they expect for it to be, they'd anticipated for it to be a Category 3, so this is not an ideal paintbrush to be using, but that's what happens when you're kind of lazy. Kind of, not too lazy. I need to stop playing and grab a smaller brush. But I'm not gonna. My plan was to be a total hipster chick and put palm leaves on this, you know, over this deep greenish blue background, but we'll see how it looks in the end, because I might do like I did with the Grace Jones photo. Not photo, but drawing, and decide that less is more. I'm always going to be super extra. We'll see. I hope this movie's good. I feel like it will be, but you know, we're hyping it up so much. I really hope it's good. That would suck if it's not. We did all this extra hyping it up. It's gonna be good by default. You know what? I take that back. I feel like if it ends up being crappy, I don't know how we'll react. I feel like either we're gonna be in denial about it or we're gonna drag the shit out of it. And by we, I mean the black community. Or we'll be really silent and just move on as if it didn't happen. You know? I need to clean my brushes. Ugh, I have so little discipline. You know who I absolutely love? Frida Kahlo. That's nothing really unique. That's not the most unique statement. But I just feel like I learned about her, what was it, like my junior year in high school. I was taking my third year of Spanish, and that year we were focusing, well, not year, but that particular semester, we were focusing on culture and history. And my favorite, well, I really loved all of it, but one of my favorite portions of it as an artist was learning about Frida Kahlo, because when I'd go in class, I see these pretty intense paintings of this woman with a unibrow. And I'd never seen those before, so of course that's the main thing I'm focusing on, was how unattractive I felt that woman was. I was like, what? Who is that? So when I learned about her, it of course completely changed my perspective. And from then on, I've loved her. I feel like she's a great symbol of feminism because it's so weird to be talking about Frida Kahlo while painting a picture of the Black Panther, but I feel like she's represented feminism so wonderfully. She was way ahead of her time in that she was just so aware of who she was and how important she was as a female, despite her circumstance, because she led a very grim, not so happy life. Her paintings, because they depicted her life, her super grim life, they're not necessarily paintings I'd want to have on my wall. The only ones I'd want to have really on my wall are the ones of her, like her self-portraits. I don't know that I had to specify that, you know what I was talking about, but I like her self-portraits, but a lot of the other stuff she painted, it's just a bit much, you know, but it was her reality. I loved the style. And so that's what I mean. It's not that her style and everything was bad, it's just that the imagery she had was nothing that I would necessarily be able to look at every day. I think I was saying all that to say that one of my next biggest ventures is to go to the Frida Kahlo Museum because I love her art and I love Mexican art, especially the traditional folklore style. That was aggressively unrelated to this painting. Like, it's just been a good chunk of time talking about something that had nothing to do with this. Do y'all like how that's coming? I really like how, it's, see, here we are again where I'm liking how it is without the extra graphics that I want to add. I feel like adding palm leaves. I wanted to add palm leaves to give it a kind of light poppy feel, but I don't know. I might end up leaving it just as is. Oh, Kelly, don't mess this up. Okay. See, this is why you need to grab oh, Fuji. You are teetering. Oh, you're teetering. Whew, okay. This is why you grab a brush that's necessary for the task. And then here I am continuing to risk my painting even after I barely saved myself just now. Like, I was about to mess up the top of this dude's head. Y'all, I miss having acrylic nails. Have I already said that to you? Just a random thought. I love having fake nails on. It's just not practical for my lifestyle right now, but I miss it. Don't take your acrylic nails for granted, kids. You know, I did all this mixing and you just saw that. And I'm having to reapply and remix every few moments, and it's creating different shades all over the page, and I really like it. I feel like it adds a type of dimension to it. Oh snap, I like it. Do you like it? Oh, it's so sickening. Let me tell you about the chaos at the HEB yesterday afternoon. A lot of people were let off early to prepare for what may occur as a result of Hurricane Harvey. I got in there and it looked like Thanksgiving during the apocalypse inside that store. All the water had already been shipped to Corpus Christi, rightfully so. But I don't know that that was the concern regardless, because when I got in there, what were people buying? Essentials, toiletries, water, flashlights, batteries, portable radios? No. They were purchasing charcoal, meat, alcohol. There's about to be some hurricane parties in this bitch. They're about to have a straight up hurricane shelter party. Yeah, that's what was going on here. So, needless to say, they weren't concerned. Okay, I think I'm done. I'm about to show my brother this. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it be. I'm not gonna add anything else to it. I don't wanna ruin it. Okay, thank you. If you made it to the end of this video, you are a G, because that means you sat through weather changes, mood swings, technical difficulties. That was a big chunk of the delay right there. Days gone by. This video was a span of a few weeks. By the time you were at the end of this video, it took almost a month to complete it. I don't know how long it's gonna end up being, but thank you for making it to the end of it. You rock. I love you all. God bless. I will see you in the next one.